What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Kale Sounds. We are watching the Stephen A. Smith show, and they're giving an insight on the allegations of Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless, and the lawsuit that allegedly that Joy Taylor slept her way to the top, and allegedly that Skip Bayless has been harassing the hairdresser, who knew both of them, who knew the boss, and what was going on. But Torrey Cooper is going to give an insight on the workforce and what really goes on with the media. And Stephen A. Smith is giving his opinion on knowing Skip Bayless, and he knows Shannon Sharp too. But they're just giving their opinions on the allegations of the lawsuit. So let's just hear him out. I don't want to get sued. We just want to give our opinion because this is going on social media. This is everywhere right now. This is what everybody's talking about. So let's see what they have to say.
Today, this is the lawsuit that's going to pop up, and this may pop up for several weeks now. So you can't get away from something like this once it's in writing. Now, this is a civil matter, and anytime you're reading a 40-page document like this, when I read through it, initially, you have to be unbiased when you're listening to these allegations, but you have to remember that this is simply that. Allegations, and this is going to be an issue that's going to be talked about for several weeks. But initially, I was disappointed to see Skip's name in this, as well as Miss Faraji. As a woman, I can tell you that whenever you hear about your colleagues or anyone going through this, you're hurt for them. And based off her allegations in this civil lawsuit, she says that she spoke to several people about trying to talk about some of the things that she was allegedly exposed to, and she was told to be quiet, and that if you want to keep your job as a single mother, you need to let this go. And it seems that she was there for a number of years, 7 to 10 years that she was there, and she talks about a number of different allegations and different instances when she was exposed to other people. She mentioned Charlie Dixon, executive vice president. She mentioned that she was allegedly at a bar where, her back was groped, etc. So there's a number of different allegations as you comb through this suit that are alarming. And then the silencing behavior that allegedly took place. And unfortunately, Stephen, in this world that we live in, it's one of the reasons why I left the sports industry initially, because I felt like people were flirting with me and not taking my perspective or my preparation seriously when I would show up to interview them, because it's hard to get past your looks. And as you saw, she's an absolutely beautiful woman, so.
I haven't seen her. I'm going to have to look her up. Everybody keeps saying she's bad, so I'm going to have to look her up.
It's the unfortunate reality that the sports world is that world, but it's not just in sports, it's in news too. So, yeah.
I got a couple of questions to throw your way because I'm very interested and intrigued by a couple of things that you said. Number one, you talked about departing from the sports industry for a while because the way folks approached you. It's one thing for folks and I'm not saying it's appropriate. Please don't get me wrong, but it's one thing for somebody to flirt with you or to not take you seriously because of your looks. Did you consider it harassment? And if so, what would you define as harassment? Just for a lot of viewers out there, both male and female, who don't get that sometimes. Explain that.
I would definitely not consider it harassment at all. I just was advancements that I was not interested in being around at all, especially when I'm at work. I'm trying to focus on work, and I come here to respect you, and I would expect the exact same in return. If I'm going to prepare questions and watch you for nearly 2 hours and take notes on your play, and then I show up in your locker room to have a conversation with you, and I'm even filming this myself and editing this myself at times.
Man, I don't know if you guys edit or anything like that. That stuff takes a while. That's no joke. And then had to go over every part and make it look professional. I'm not there yet, but just starting out, it's really hard. So just imagine being hot and then trying to go in the locker room with men that's talking ish. I know that's probably pissed her off and probably pissed most people off, especially if you have a sister or an aunt or a mom or cousin. You just want them to do their job, get their bread, and get out, because that's a lot of work. I know it. Like right now, it's 2 a.m. I'm putting that work in. Doesn't mean my video's that great, but I'm trying, you know what I mean? So I understand where she's coming from, for sure.
How come you can't give me the same respect as a professional? That was the environment I was in. And for me, that's not the level of respect I wanted to be exposed to on a daily basis. And I saw that this was going to be a mountain climb with men potentially just being disrespectful. Now, as you asked me about the difference between disrespect essentially and harassment, no one touched me. I didn't have to push advances away in the sports arena, but I did have to push advances away in the news arena. So, someone unfortunately, ended up getting fired for the way that I was handled inappropriately. I won't, go into specific details about that, but I was at work minding my business, and essentially someone made some advances that were inappropriate, and they were eventually fired. And as it relates to speaking up about that, I can tell you personally, I was scared to speak up about it. I was genuinely scared. This was one of my first jobs in TV. I just landed a sports reporting and anchor job. And the last thing I wanted to do was attract any attention to myself in any way. And I wanted to make sure that the focus would remain on my talent. Torrey's not a problem. Torrey comes in as a professional, does her job, and I'm not ending up in HR with complaints and having to go back and forth and prove that this happened when there's no cameras around. And so, but by the grace of God, I had women around me who said, Torrey, absolutely not. This has been an issue with not just you, this is an issue that we have all been dealing with, and now he just took it too far. And it just happened to be with you, and you owe it to not only yourself, to respect yourself, but also all of us who have been going through this too, to speak up about it. So I did.
That's crazy.
So what are your thoughts about the allegations that Joy Taylor, another woman, who's in this industry, who's recognized as being very attractive, but also very capable, very professional. What are your thoughts with the allegations that she told Ms. Faraji, get over it? I mean, first of all, is that something that you deem plausible, possible, that women may say to each other in this industry? Do you find that to be far-fetched?
Allegedly, she said that, but I bet she really did say that. She's probably that type of person. I don't disagree. She's probably really mean to the girls, but really cool to the guys. That type of woman, you know what I mean? Tomboyish, but trying to be pretty. But if you overdo it, you'll get in trouble. That type of woman. Pretty sure that allegedly she is.
What do you make of that?
We were not in the room, so we'll never know. These are allegations, right? I want to make sure that's clear. Whenever we talk about topics like this, we have to make sure that these are really well understood. These are allegations. We are not in the room. Now, on the other side of that, I will say that luckily I was in a room where someone was telling me to come forward, but I am not shocked that other women would essentially say, look, it's not, you're dealing with Fox. This is a huge corporation. Keep your hairstylist job. Don't speak up. Just try to let it go. And, I would not be shocked by that at all. Yeah, I would not be shocked by that.
I know it shocked me. It definitely shocked me because when I see a lot of women with their podcasts, the television shows, etc., and very, very big on women empowerment, big, uplifting ladies in this industry and what have you, it's hard to imagine that something like that would be said because
it's phony. It is phony.
Obviously, that stays with you forever. But, I think the tough part for Joy Taylor is that these two were considered friends for a very long time. If there's anybody that you confide in terms of your thoughts, it would be somebody you perceive as a friend. So in that regard, I don't know what to make of it. I just have to acknowledge that. Having said that, when we look at this situation right now with Skip, my problem is this. And I said this, Torrey, and I took heat for this, but I didn't care. It's one thing if you come over the airwaves and you're proclaiming somebody's innocence. And you weren't there, you couldn't provide an eyewitness account, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's beyond the pale. I don't think any of us could do that. I can't do that for Skip today. I couldn't do that for Jay-Z a few weeks ago. I couldn't do that for anybody.
Right.
But it's another thing entirely where you've known somebody for 25 years, and it's a crime for you to say, that's not what I saw. I've never seen anything that would give me that kind of indication. I would hope that if somebody had made an accusation, something like that against me, that people would look at me and be like, nah, Stephen ain't doing that. That's not who the hell he is. He wouldn't at least say that.
Right.
That's how I feel. As a woman in this industry, as a woman, period, in the world that we're living in, where such heightened awareness has been pushed towards acknowledging what women have had to go through and what you've had to be silent about for so long. How do you feel about people who take such a position, like the one that I just described?
That's crazy. If that's really true and people act like that at Fox, that's crazy. That some of these people want to let it go and some people want it actually to happen. Both sides are nuts.
At the end of the day, it's a character witness. I mean, you have 25 years of a relationship with someone. And as you said, I would hope that friends of mine in the industry would know that if someone was making allegations against me that they felt were out of character to go alongside the Torrey Cooper name, I would hope that a friend like you in the industry who's had personal experiences.
Well, that's it right there. It wasn't too much on Joy Taylor, but let's see if there's anything else, just in case, because I know there was a lot of news. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. We're going with Self Talk. He's a very good channel. This is his content, not mine, so don't strike this, please.
When I was at Fox Sports,
yeah, please
everybody,
don't strike this, Self Talk.
I don't know if this is factual, but I know what everybody thought. Everybody, these stories that Noushin's talking about in this lawsuit, they were widespread and prevalent in 2016.
Man. So in today's video, I want to highlight former Fox Sports analysts Marcellus Wiley and Jason Whitlock. They did have a show over there at one point in time called Speak for Yourself. I'm pretty sure some of you remember that show.
Yep. And
yeah, I want to highlight them because they got some insight at Fox Sports and they know people over there. And they pretty much both confirmed that they've been hearing some of the stuff that's been going on inside of this lawsuit and that this is really not a shocking surprise to them. So I want to highlight what Jason Whitlock and Marcellus Wiley had to say. But let's get into what Jason Whitlock and Marcellus Wiley had to say about Joy Taylor allegedly sleeping her way to the top, sleeping with Emmanuel Acho, sleeping with Charlie Dixon, the president of content over there at FS1. They also talked about Skip Bayless allegedly trying to buy some cheeks for $1.5 million. Crazy.
That's still crazy. $1.5 million for the Punani. That's crazy.
Work. So let's check out this clip and then I'll be right back with some more commentary, man. Here's the video.
Everybody, these stories that Noushin's talking about in this lawsuit, they were widespread and prevalent in 2016. Everybody across Fox Sports thought and gossiped about Joy Taylor and Charlie Dixon. Again, I heard the same talk as everyone else. My name was Bennett. I wasn't in it. But what's alleged in this lawsuit about Joy Taylor and her sleeping with Charlie Dixon and her telling Noushin and others that she will control Charlie Dixon and that she will say that he harassed her if he ever gets out of line.
That's insane. That's still insane.
That was a common play. That was a common tactic by women in sports media.
Okay. Also says she slept with Emmanuel Acho in hopes and efforts to get a show with him. Well, the most damning part about that is that actually happened.
Oh, see, I didn't watch their show like that. I just watched Shannon and Skip. I didn't watch their show. So that's crazy. I knew she had a show, but I thought she was with Colin. I thought she just stayed on there. I didn't know she had another show.
They got a show together. Coincidence? Or causality? Listen to me. I never heard that Charlie Dixon and Joy Taylor were sleeping together. But upon hearing that, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it makes a lot of things make sense. It unlocks a lot for me. Sleeping with Emmanuel Acho, I've heard that before, multiple times.
Wow.
Recent as a week or two ago. Part of the reason it was suggested that they do a show together was because of these allegations in the lawsuit that they were sleeping together, conspiring to get that to go. Conspiring with Charlie, conspiring with Emmanuel Acho. Let's make this work. What is crazier is how they split apart, do different shows. You can say, well, Skip is fired, which is a part of this lawsuit as well. I mean, this is crazy. That's why I say I'm going to systematically break this thing down. They split apart different shows. Why did they go on different shows, they say? Relationship went sour.
And Skip Bayless is in hot water when it comes to this lawsuit. Shannon Sharpe is okay, but his name was mentioned because Skip Bayless was trying to pursue one of their co-workers, the hairstylist over there, that was doing Skip Bayless's hair once a week or something like that. That they said in the lawsuit, she started working with them, and then that's when Skip started trying to pursue her, and Skip Bayless offered her $1.5 million to sleep with her, and she kept denying it. Skip Bayless.
Look at that. A week later, Skip, stop, you have a wife. He said, allegedly, aren't you Muslim? Don't your dad have 3 or 4 wives? That's crazy. She said her dad was dead. And Skip Bayless taken back. She made an excuse to leave. That's crazy if Skip really did that. Allegedly. That's crazy.
Kept constantly pursuing her, as you guys can see in the lawsuit. She kept trying to find ways to like get away from him. She would say like, hey Skip, you know, there's cameras everywhere. She also said Skip would like try to touch her hands and just touch her in ways that
Pause this real quick. She said she had a child that she does not want him. The suit reads, Bayless grabbed her hands and began kissing them. Allegedly. That's wild.
she didn't like, and she revealed that she had cancer to Skip Bayless, thinking that, you know, Skip would kind of like
Pause. What happened in 2021? I thought we were all working at home still. Huh. That's crazy.
just stop trying to pursue her. But as you guys can see in the article right here that I'm highlighting, it said that Skip continued to pursue her, and then Skip mentioned Shannon Sharp like, well, hey.
Whoa, hold on. Allegation allegedly. Bayless accused Faraji of having sexual relations with Shannon Sharp. Oh, so we're going to be doing part 3. Hold up. If you like this video, give the video a thumbs up, comment, share this on all social media platforms. And I'm trying to get better at this, so please come back. My name is KL Sounds. Hope you like it. Peace.